So I'd set this to take us to the causeway, which it's done, and that's it now. The sat-nav should not do anything else. We know where we want to go from here, which is to actually get a planned route to come down here. This is Riverside Drive, and it's quite a nice drive at the bottom of the city, next to the Swan River, where the ferry shuttles over to South Perth and back. So we came through here the other day and thought it'd be really nice to film it. Always nicer with a sunnier day, but it's still quite pleasant at the moment. Now it's getting cooler, it's 21 degrees now. That's been a bad omen, because when the temperatures have been dropping, that's when we've been riding into rain. Now, looking at the weather, as we see here, it looks quite nice. Bit of cloud on the left where we are aiming towards, and mixed of cloud and open sky, blue sky. I don't think it's going to rain so far anyhow. We'll see how we go. But we're now getting in towards the main hub again of the city of Perth. We will actually go back into the city itself, but only kissing the cusp of it, and then we'll be aiming towards Mounts Bay Road, which is a nice drive or a nice ride. So this one, as we head towards the right here, that's the Ritz-Carlton, is it? What's on the left then? Are they just apartments? So this is the bell tower on the left as well, what I mentioned before, so it's sort of getting a bit drowned out with other buildings around it now. So it's not as prominent as it used to be, because all this used to be just open land. The council reintroduced water into this area. It originally had water around here, and then some years ago they filled it all in and put a lot of grass. So it was all grass along here. This road still existed, obviously. We can turn left here, Catherine. And so they filled it all in, all this waterway, and then only recently, last 2 or 3 years, they've actually reintroduced all the water again, and obviously at significant cost. Will be at least 3 or 4 years, yeah. But yeah, many millions of dollars later. That's it, it looks nicer for it. It's been opened up with other shops, restaurants, bars, hotels. So it looks nice. It's just cost us a fortune. But that money will get repaid as such when tourists come and holiday here. So it's an investment. So we turn left here and onto Mounts Bay Road. But the leaves are falling. Autumn is well and truly here. In South Perth to the left of us here, where the ferry shuttles. Kings Park up towards the right hand side at the top. And what used to be the Swan Brewery, I've mentioned before, these are now apartments on the left here. Now we can't actually stop along here, I don't think, but not too far away is the famous Crawley Boat Shed. It's been photographed many times. I've photographed it. It's blue boathouse, and it's an old feature. So coming into view is the Crawley Boat Shed. So there's like a gangway to gain access to it from the roadside, and you might see the walkway now. There's some people on there. Sometimes it gets that full of water in there that it can actually lap over that walkway. So part of Kings Park is on the left. All of that 990 acres of it. And how many years has that been open now? Because it's new, isn't it? Is it 2 years? They had all sorts of dramas with that, didn't they? Wasn't they actually, they had lead in some of the water lines? And then what else they had some issue with? Was it the whole IT system? They couldn't, it wasn't working properly. They had all sorts of bother with it. Yeah, they've had dramas. It's raining. So we're running alongside the railway line now, aren't we? What suburb are we in now? Is it Shenton Park? Even though it's 21 degrees, it certainly feels cooler because of that rain. So hopefully that's just 2 showers we'll experience with this ride, Catherine. I don't think we'll have any more. Yeah, well, it looked like it could have really been teaming it down when we first set off. So that lass behind us who stayed at the traffic lights and got papped by the car behind, I think she's preoccupied with the mobile phone. That really gets on my goat. Just concentrate on what you're doing. You're driving a car. You're not at home on your lounge. Yeah, at the previous traffic lights. So somebody papped her, and it's no surprising because I just looked behind and saw her head down, you know, that usual look people have, that look down, I'm on my phone, you know. You can tell she was up to something. Really, really annoys me, does that. It's how people's lives are lost. Yes. Yeah, he'll come that way up the next along by the rail track. And yeah, it'll be this route for sure. And the nicer weather looks here now, Catherine. Again, about 10 minutes away from home. This suburb is called Woodlands. Nice to have a walk around that lake, isn't it, Catherine? They do some nice fish and chips here as well. Just across from us here. Been to that place as well before, Three Sheets. That's a gastro type pub. And that's another thing what makes me wonder why they call them gastro pubs. Because it's like, you know, oh, I went to a pub and got gastro. I mean, that wouldn't be right good, would it? But then it's saying, oh, I went to one of those gastro pubs. Oh, that's quite nice and chic. Do you know why they're called gastro pubs? Is it? Learn it. I am. Well, you've got to be decisive sometimes. What didn't?
Speeding out there.
That slowed right down for you.